What's happening at Airfix? Is this the end of Airfix, or is there just a big change coming? Well, we're here to talk about it and their new, I guess, collab with Lidl, if you can call it that. Hey guys, it's model making time and I'm a tiny bit sick, so I apologise if you can hear that in my voice. But hello, we're here to talk about the Lidl Airfix kits that have just come out with their... the box art on itself has got a lot of controversy, and we're going to have a look inside a couple of the boxings today so that you can see what they are. And then I guess we'll have a bit of a talk about what it means, my own personal thoughts on it, and what this could mean for the future of Airfix. In terms of what we're going to have a look inside the box of, we'll have a look inside the Red Arrow Hawk, the Gazelle, the Aston Martin. And, well, if you want to see things like the Land Rover or the Comet, then let me know. I've got them, and we can definitely do another video looking at the rest of them. Right, well, I think it's really important we look inside those boxes first, so let's go and have a look at them. Obviously, you can see I bought a couple of the kits, so let's go have a look and see what's inside the box. So first up is the RAF Red Arrows Hawk. Interesting they labelled it as this rather than the BAE Hawk, so very much heavily relying on the Red Arrows branding. The box is overall quite nice. I don't think it looks bad. I don't know what it is though, there's something about the front box art. I just think the Hawk looks disproportioned, but I can't put my finger on it. Now this tooling itself is actually from, well, it says on the box 2011, but apparently it's from 2008. Well, it's not the starter set version, but it is the more modern Airfix Hawk, so it is a very nice kit actually. I've not built this one for quite some time, but I built the starter set one a few times. This is comparable to other kits, such as Revell, but I would argue this is probably less detailed than the Revell one. The parts are very nice and the sprues are quite solid. I think this would be a really good kit for a beginner, though again I do wonder why it's not the starter set. The engraved panel lines are really nice and it contains all the parts you need to make a beautiful Red Arrows Hawk. It does, however, have a bit of an oddity with the decals that we'll go into in a moment. I do genuinely think this kit is quite nice and it should go together without any particular issues. Whilst this isn't the most modern of Airfix toolings, it's of the era where they definitely were getting their act together and building kits that fell together almost like a 3D jigsaw rather than their older kits, which sometimes required a bit more work. This kit does also come with a pilot, which I always think adds a lot of dimension to the kit itself. The clear parts look really nice too. Can't really see any issues with these at all. And, well, with my nails underneath, there's no changing to the colour, which means it's a very clear glass part. And the decals, yeah, there's nothing for the underside of the aircraft, is there? I don't really understand that decision, if I'm really honest. It seems a bit weird. The instructions are also a bit of a weird layout, and I was trying to turn the page and I realised it's a fold out like this. I don't particularly have an issue with this, I think it's fine, but bear in mind a lot of people have quite a small space for modelling, so you're going to have to fold this up a bit, and I just think the booklets generally are better, but I think this one is fine. Some of the other models we'll look at, it's a bit different though. But yeah, that was the Hawk, I think it was alright. The Aston Martin has a lovely box art. Notice the silhouette of the person driving, which I think is lovely. This kit is also relatively new, with a kit that's actually only a couple of years old in design, so this one will go together fine. I've not actually built this one before, but I've seen multiple of my colleague content creators who have built this, and from what I know, it's a lovely build. The part count is relatively small, again making this ideal for a new starter to the hobby. I will say I think this and the Hawk are good examples of how they could do this sort of set, and this shouldn't be very hard to paint either. You will notice how different the sprue is compared to the Hawk, and again that shows the difference in age between the two models. But overall, I think this looks really nice. The detail is quite good. It's not going to be the most detailed car in the world, but it'll do for someone who's just building their first model or returning to the hobby after quite some time. Like with the Hawk, the transparencies look fantastic and there's no discoloration to my nails underneath. And the decals are quite simple. Well, the main ones there are going to be the registration plates. Now the instructions, again like this, well, they are the fold-out type, but because it's a newer kit, they're in colour. And I don't understand why you wouldn't just update all the decals, not in decals, the instructions, so that they all match. Like, they've redone all the box art, made them all construction sets rather than like gift sets or starter sets, left gift sets on the front of the instructions. Like, all these instructions have been like reassembled, so why wouldn't you just update them all to be in the same format? And that's something we'll also see with the gazelle as well as we get to it here. Now, from looking online and discussing it with people like VFC and in their comment section as well, this isn't a real scheme. From what we understand, there are very similar schemes online, but not with this registration. And as you can see from the back, this kit is old, from the 1970s, and well, it shows. And again, looks very different to the other ones. And this is what I don't understand. Like, why? And like, you'll see later on in this video, but I have built this before. I built a Yugoslavian version, and I remember it not being the easiest in the world in terms of sort of fit together, in terms of just the overall construction and the techniques needed compared to modern kits. And I personally think if you were to build things like the Chinook or the Wessex compared to this, it'd be very different. It does look like the sprues, or should I say the mouldings to make the sprues, have been cleaned up. As you can see, some flash on there though, and it's not the cleanest. It does seem like it has been tidied up a little bit though. It's definitely better than I remember it looking, and the plastic is obviously more modern, so hopefully this overall will be a nice build, comparatively speaking. And it has, at least on UK eBay, seems to have dropped the price a little bit. The transparencies do look okay. I don't think these look quite as clean, but that is potentially due to the curvature, so they're sort of spreading the colour of my background behind it as much. They're definitely better than the ones when I bought my second-hand one originally and when I've seen them. And for some reason, the instructions on this have been updated to have colour, but then have been done in this really weird format that is, again, different. Why have we got 3 different formats for the instructions? I do not understand this decision. Right, so, yeah, I think some of you who are more experienced modelers might be thinking the same thing as me. And if you haven't seen already, Captain VFC did a video on the gazelle already too, which I'm sure you've probably seen, because sadly I was not available the day these came out, so I couldn't quite get a video immediately, but I still really wanted to talk about this. So I'm going to break this down into a couple of sections. So the first bit, we'll be talking about why these kits mean something. Then we'll talk about the box art, and then we'll talk about what I think this means for the future of Airfix. So Airfix, over the last few years, has done a really, really fantastic job at separating starter sets, gift sets, and I guess regular sets and vintage classics, so that it's really clear what you're buying. Is it a brand new tool? Is it a slightly older tool? Is it something that, well, is from the depths of time that is not going to be great, but you remember it from your childhood? Well, you know, because they label it. And, well, a few of us noticed in the range launch this year, there were a couple of kits that weren't as clear. Now, the Airfix Biggin we talked about in the Airfix Club Kit of the Year. I've built it, I've done a video on that, go and check out the videos I did there. But that was, I guess, the tipping point to an extent. They then have their Swedish, or the Flygvapen set, which has a Draken in it, which is also not a new tool, which I have also built. I built that as the Acro Deltas display team, but that is also an old tooling, and you can really tell it is. And then we've got this. Now, to clarify, starter sets with Airfix were deliberately designed kits that were designed to be lower part count, easier to build, generally fairly simple schemes. You know, someone who is brand new to the hobby would be really able to just make this, and people with lower dexterity too. A gift set was a traditional Airfix kit with paints and glue included, and they were often like on those hanging things, you know, you'd see at a gift shop or something. And then, well, you would have their normal kits, and then vintage classics, which are ones that were from the archives, brought back anew, generally slightly tidied up on the old like moulding, allegedly, and then re-released. And then we have these, which are construction kits. and labelled online on Lidl as starter kits. And I'm confused, Airfix. And I have no information on this because I didn't get sent any information on this, but I think this is weird. Like, construction kit, I guess, is to just show people that it's like a kit you need to build. And I can understand that because you're not selling it in a model shop, you're not selling it in a hobby shop. But then, like, why is this a separate thing and why aren't you using the starter sets here? And look, I know on the back of these kits, it does say the tooling date. For example, on the Comet, it says 1958. On the Hawk, it says 2011. Again, I question why all these kits are thrown together in one basket. It's good that that's there. I'm glad that that transparency's there. But I just don't understand the muddying it up. Surely that's the opportunity, is to throw starter sets in Lidl rather than these kits, especially because like the Red Arrows kit comes with the decals of the starter set but isn't the starter set. Like, it doesn't have the flying stand. I don't understand that. Why do that? And then you've got the Gazelle, which is an ancient tooling, which it's fine. I built one a long time ago. Actually, it's on my website. I built a Yugoslavian version, and like, don't get me wrong, I think it's okay. You can build it into a nice kit, but like, the tooling of the Hawk here compared to the Gazelle are night and day. Then you have the Comet as well, which is also, anyone I know who's built it said it's not the best kit in the world. The Aston Martin and Land Rover, like, it just feels like a right mess of kits thrown together under this construction kit branding. I think it's great if they're trying to broaden their horizons, but I'd be really curious how well these sold compared to the old ones, because the artwork is clearly appealing to nostalgia. Now, a lot of people have said it's AI, and I can understand that. It does look AI adjacent, should we say, but we've been assured that it's not. Well, I haven't heard that directly, but I've heard through the community that it's not. But I think it's trying to elicit the blister pack artwork of old, where it was a colour representation of the kit, but not hyper-realism, like we have on sort of modern kits. I mean, modern kits are more realistic, I guess, than even the sort of watercolour works that we used to have before. So I think these were deliberately released on Father's Day to appeal to people who will go around Lidl and they're like, oh, great, yeah, I remember that from my childhood. Except the scheme on the Gazelle is civilian, and I don't think is as appealing as it would be if it looked military. But I guess, again, they're trying to do all civilian stuff here, except the Red Arrows, which are iconic, but then don't have the white decals underneath, and I don't really understand why. It's just such an odd release. These kits are $6.99. They are not expensive, and you could do a really good job with them. Would I use the paints included? No, but I'm always grateful for a free paintbrush. And I mean, there are still paints included, so yay. I don't think they're bad value for money. I'm just confused by the decisions behind it. Why these sets? And look, anything that disrupts the secondhand market is great. I've been trying to get Excel for ages, but I refuse to pay more than like £15 for a tiny helicopter with very few decals that isn't actually even that good a kit. And get one for $6.99, I was like, yes, even if I had to buy decals, that's great. So what do I think about this? Well, look, I don't hate it. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. I think these probably did sell well, and I think they appealed to people who have that nostalgia for those old Airfix kits that they built as kids. It's clearly who they're designed for, because these are all older aircraft, older toolings, older vehicles, except the Red Arrows. But again, I understand why they're there, because it's the Red Arrows. But it just, I don't know, it doesn't seem to fit in with what I understand of Airfix previously. If this ends up going beyond Lidl and becomes their new strategy going forward is to release these construction kits, I guess as long as they are very clear about the tooling date on the back, I don't super have an issue with it. But I think the shame is not using your starter sets and making more new starter sets for this. I know they take time, but like giving someone the best experience when they're building their first ever kit, whether it's their first kit ever or whether it's their first kit in 30 years, giving them that perfect experience, that's going to get them coming back. Giving them an old Comet, an old Gazelle, or even, to be fair, the Red Arrows are not having the full decals, and then we're going, oh, it's not complete. That could piss someone off. People are so fickle these days, like, believe you me, that can put people off. And especially having such a difficult time putting something together and feeling like you're the problem, because you might not understand that a lot of model kits need that additional work. You might think they're kind of like a jigsaw and just go together, which modern Airfix is. Look, I don't hate this, but I also don't love this. I hope it stays a Lidl thing. I'm not sure. At the end of the day, Airfix is changing because the whole of Formby is changing. And I guess we just have to be grateful that Airfix is still here, given Airfix and Hella both have a reputation of lasting for a couple of decades and then folding and then being bought out and then doing the same again. And if we could just like have Airfix survive, that would be great, because they seem to have been doing amazing. And I really wish the best for them. I want to see those amazing new kits. I know it sounds like I'm just moaning about nothing, but Airfix are like a brand that I really like. And like, I don't have loyalty in the traditional sense. Like, I'll buy whatever I want to buy model kit wise. I'll buy random old obscure kits. I'll buy brand new kits from different manufacturers. But like, Airfix have been really good at, you know, modernizing the hobby, listening to the community, engaging with content creators, and this was an interesting choice. If you've enjoyed this video, guys, make sure to subscribe to the channel to get up to date with the latest and greatest videos. If you want to support me investigating things like this, but also I guess just showing you new kits and building them and giving you my thoughts on them, then you can support me by becoming a channel member. There's 2 levels, there's starter set and advanced kit level members. Advanced kits get shouted out at the end of each video, and you'll hear their names shortly because they are cute. There's also Ko-fi, where you can provide me with a one-off donation or form of support, and you can also do the monthly thing over there if you just prefer not to do it on YouTube. If you're enjoying a lovely community of model makers too, head over to Discord and we can have a chat there and be kept up to date on all the projects we're all doing and showing off our final builds. Thank you so much for being here today, guys. I know this is a bit of a different video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye! As usual, a massive thank you to all of you for your continued support, especially during this really difficult year for me. A special shout out goes to my advanced kit level members, including Taggers365, Star Trek Props and Models, Bobby G, Dafty Duck, David Barber, Jeff's Dioramas, Bob and Genevieve Albridge, and the 2 longest subscribers at advanced kit level member, and that's Explosive Water and Crazy Loja. If you enjoy what you've seen here today, make sure to subscribe to the channel to be kept up to date with my latest and greatest videos. And if you want to support the channel more, again, become a channel member, hit join down below. And here's a recommended video here, just for you. See you later. Love you. Bye.